The Truther Girls.
Hi everyone, Truther Girl Sonia here. Something very strange is going on. Hair's breadth away from nuclear war. Kremlin TV says Trump is more dangerous than North Korea. I spent my whole last week under my desk waiting for the bomb to drop. I thought we were out of the woods, but I guess I'll be spending more time under my desk. The world is a hair's breadth away from nuclear war. War can break out as the result of confrontation between two personalities, Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un. Both are dangerous, but who is more dangerous? Trump is. So the Russians are saying, you're going to have a nuclear war. Well, if you do have one, it'll be because of Trump. It's like they're making it out like Trump is just drunk on his own power, wants to blow up the world. We're gonna have a nuclear war with Korea. It's gonna be huge. And they're putting their military where their mouth is. Spotted, Putin moves military forces to North Korea border as world prepares for war. Video has been released allegedly showing a mass military mobilization in Vladivostok, just 8 miles from the border with North Korea as the world edges towards war. Okay, now here's where it gets really weird. Looks like the Russians don't like Trump. They think he's more of a threat than Kim Jong-un. They say he's bringing us to the brink of nuclear war. Meanwhile, the Western media is reporting concrete evidence of collusion between Trump team and Russia handed to official investigation. Again, this whole Trump involved the Russians in manipulating the election issue. The story that just won't go away. Now they're saying that they have proof. The British spy agency GCHQ had uncovered interactions between the US president and Russian operatives going as far back as 2015. Of course, they haven't actually showed us the proof yet, so who knows how solid it is. So not only, according to this narrative, did Trump collude with the Russians to get himself elected, but also former MI6 chief Richard Dearlove says Donald Trump borrowed money from Russia during the 2008 financial crisis. It's really weird because it's like our media is making it out on one hand, like Trump has been on super great terms with the Russians. They put him in power. And on the other hand, he's bringing America to the brink of war with Russia. You know, so which is it? I mean, it just seems to me that it's unlikely that both of those things are true. It doesn't make sense. If the Russians wanted Trump in power so badly, how could it be that just a few months later, things have turned around completely and they're almost ready to launch nuclear weapons? Another thing that's very strange is if you go back a little further, Jill Stein says Trump is less dangerous than Clinton. She will start nuclear war with Russia. Remember this during the election? And back in October 2016, Putin ally tells Americans, vote Trump or face nuclear war. You remember that? Just a few months ago, there was a whole story about Russia, you know, nuclear war with Russia. And it had to do with them not being happy with what Hillary Clinton was doing. So it was like Hillary Clinton was going to get you in a nuclear war with Russia. So you got to vote Trump. Trump gets elected and they're like, oh, well, he was in bed with the Russians. And now they're trying to still tell you that Trump's been in bed with the Russians, except that while he's in bed with the Russians want to bomb him. It's like a bad relationship. You know, they're in bed one day and they're fighting the next. Something like fatal attraction. I hope Trump doesn't go over there and put Putin's rabbit in a pot. So something in there cannot be true. I don't think that both of these things can be true. You know, it's funny because it's like, it's becoming like this whole big conspiracy theory in the media, like a Russian conspiracy theory. Forget the Illuminati, now it's the Russians. It's not just Trump. With Brexit and France votes, Russia is cultivating the global right. So like, Russia is involved in this conspiracy to turn the whole world right-wing so that they can be seen as the defenders of freedom. Oh, and meanwhile, let's not forget Trump's deep links to organized crime. Federal investigators know, and the public is catching on. As Trump built his empire, he attracted a criminal element whose ties still bind. Unlike most politicians and magnates who have no connections to organized crime, last week I was freaking out all week because we were supposed to get bombed by North Korea. They're talking about evacuating millions of people. Turns out it was just for the opening of a new shopping center. It's a week later and I'm still here. And I told you that if we got bombed, I would give you all my Canadian Tire money, and I still have it. I'm willing to bet you that we're not going to get bombed by the Russians either. We get bombed, and I'm handing out the cash. You know, honestly, I'll tell you, I think that it's all hype, all of it. I don't believe that we're going to have a nuclear war with Korea or with Russia, or that Trump collaborated with the Russians. Like, I think it's just all a bunch of hype. I don't believe it. Let me know what you think. And thanks for liking and sharing this video, and I'll see you next time.